And now, no, I'm just kidding. Ah, my eyes! Ah, my corneas!
Hi, welcome to Queer Peer Reviews. Here to review media good, bad, and ugly. I'm your host, Bruce, and again with me is my co-host, Justin.
Here at Queer Peer Reviews, we review your favorites and not so favorites of queer media with queer themes. From comics to games, and much more.
Today we're reviewing a Netflix movie called Wendell and Wild. It's an animated.
It's a great animated film, and it's stop motion. It's excellent.
Directed by Henry Selick, too, right?
Monkey Paw Productions. Fantastic group.
And in this film, we have like these two. We have basically, I guess, the three kind of main characters. But the main character we have is Kat.
Yes.
Who's like this, I would say, punk teenager. Who's kind of had like a bad childhood in a way.
Yeah. Had a stressful life, just in general.
She lost her parents. I mean, it's kind of stressful. It was, she had a bad time, and she got thrown to like this kind of like religious boarding school.
Yep.
And then we have these two demons who are also going to like, they're kind of like, like the weird hell where they gotta give hair to this big ass demon.
It's the cool thing about this is this is another what I really like to affectionately call Christmas Halloween movies, because it takes place with spooky like things going on, but it's also snowing. So there's this incredible. It's kind of like Nightmare Before Christmas in a lot of ways, actually. And I feel like it comes as like it feels like it's like a modern classic almost instantaneously.
And so and they pick up for a Hell Maiden. But what I like is that Wendell and Wild are voiced by Keegan-Michael.
Yeah, they're so good. They're so funny. They're so interesting, and I feel like they're really able to show, again, kind of like the show Key and Peele, like they're able to showcase their ability to like kind of bounce off each other and how fun it can be to be around that sort of energy.
The comedic banter.
Yeah.
What I love about it, obviously, is not just because it was like stop motion, but also the diversity and the representation into it. And one of the supporting characters we have is Raul, who's a trans character.
Yep.
And there's, in a way, they don't say like, oh, they're trans. You just have to like watch it, and they sort of make hints. Like, for instance, one of the classmates accidentally misgenders them, and so they apologize immediately. Or I love the scene also with their mom, where like the mom was like defending his son over the phone.
Yeah.
There's like, Raul, my son, like, especially like, no, he's my son.
Yeah. And it's interesting too, because I remember they there's a painting on the houses, and
Raul's Raul on the roofs of the houses.
And it's this beautiful depiction of I want to say it's some sort of like warrior goddess protecting their kid from like, I don't know, some sort of monster, and I feel like that was Raul kind of, showcasing his mother's tenacity in defending not only him but like town from certain things.
I mean, this movie has a heavy message against the prison system.
Yeah, because it fucking should. So I love that. I just want to take a moment to talk about the fact that this is effectively a Christmas Halloween classic that teaches children about the prison industrial complex and why it is bad. And it's not like ham-fisted, it's not over ridiculous, it's just clear and concise.
And it's one of those instances where like you think the villains are like the zombies or the demons, but it's really just the prison industrial complex.
It's incredible too, because spoilers. Woo! Basically, there's, like you're saying, the demons and stuff are not secondary by any means. Like, they take up the plot where they need to, but they become allies. They become, helpful, and they're, trying to, they want to build like a park. They want to build like a amusement park and stuff, and they want to get out of. I mean, I would, if I was living in hell or a hell variant, I would want to get out of there. And, you know, they just want to like live and do their own thing. And not only that, they recognize evil when they see it. You know what I mean? They recognize a corrupt father. They recognize the Claxons for what they're doing. And they like fight back. They fight back for arguably good, you know? And that's just a really interesting concept. There's a lot of religious stuff in this film, but there is no real, I don't remember there being any real talk of heaven. There are no angels. There's nothing like that. It's just that hell exists, or at least a purgatory for sinners exists. And then the world exists. So there's no mention of heaven as a thing that's real, but we could make Earth a little bit more, not like we could make heaven on Earth in theory, if we actually work together and build up communities and stuff. And that, I feel like, is the message of the story, which is just fucking nice. It's just nice. After the you know, crazy times we've had. I don't want to live through another historical event, Bruce. I don't want to live through another historical event. Can we not do that? Can we just chill for once?
I don't know.
Who's your favorite character? That's a good question.
Oh, my favorite character in there?
Yeah.
Has to be they kind of counted as one because they both work together well with each other.
Yeah.
Wendell and Wild. It's the comedic duo.
Yeah. I was thinking we could definitely they have drip. Let me tell you, they have drip. There's a scene where they come up, the first scene where they're resurrected or first they come from hell. Mm-hmm. That's some drip. They got some drip. They got a carriage and everything. It's crazy.
I love the services. It's like, oh, we bring back people to life, and they have like a whole makeup things, like make them look not too dead.
They just, you know, touch a little touch up here and there, you know.
But that's also the thing too. Like this was like kind of like a kids movie, but there's like people die.
Yep.
It was like they killed like these two like two corporate couples, like just straight up killed the priest.
Yeah. Indicted Home Alone star Donald Trump shows up in this film as the major antagonist. It's hard for me to pick a favorite. I feel like there's so many interesting characters, and we were talking about representation before. There are so many different body types in this film, and not just body types. There are different nationalities, different ethnicities, different sexualities as well. Like it's just an incredible ride the whole way through, and to see a story like this, I feel like just is very indicative of the time that we live in, and I hope to see more, because genuinely, I share this movie with like so many people. And like I said, it's basically a Christmas classic now. And not only Christmas, it's also a Halloween staple. Like if you guys like Nightmare Before Christmas, you're gonna like this movie. And if you don't like this movie, but you like Nightmare Before Christmas.
Or Coraline at least.
Yeah, or Coraline. If you like Coraline and you also like Nightmare Before Christmas, but you don't like this one,
you're probably
there's some questions that you should be asking yourself. I'm not gonna say you're racist. I don't know you. The special effects are incredible. There are sequences that are in different styles completely, where it goes 2D or where it goes 3D. There's so much going on in this film, especially animation-wise. It's hard to not love this movie. It's just incredibly difficult to not enjoy it and appreciate it for the real marvel that it is. Oh, Kat's boots are incredible.
Oh yeah, her outfit, right?
Yeah, the goth again. The goth drip in this show, not just Wendell and Wild themselves, but the rest of the crew. Everyone's got drip to some extent, and it's excellent. It's a fantastic thing to see. You also have a marketable mascot character in the goat, the little goat. It's very cute. And this is, I think, another film where you can say that none of the cute animals get hurt at all, which is good, which is very important. Very important for a film. There's a haunted teddy bear.
Zombies.
Yeah. There's a lot. I'm telling you, this film's got it all. This film's got basically everything.
Now to the ratings.
Okay, yeah. Let's do that. Some representation in this bitch. For representation, I give it a 7.3.
I give it a 7.5.
Fuck you.
We
wanted more.
I guess, yeah, we've been a little, and that's, I think, the nature of the show. I think we're going to become a little bit more discerning, a little bit more spoiled. We're going to want more. And this is very good. This is very good. And I appreciate it. But there could be more. This is definitely not weak by any means, but I feel like for me especially, since I try to, when something is even worth my time. It's like a 5 and up. So for a 7.5, that's literally the middle of the road of that road. 7 to 10, like 7.5 is the middle of the road. So it's like, this is very middle of the road for me, because there could be more representation. I mean, obviously that's not necessarily the focal point of the show or the film, but you know, I don't want to say shoehorn it in, but you can absolutely have characters that add something to the story with you know, more queer themes. But I mean, it's good. It's good by all means. There's nothing bad about any representation, I think, in this.
No.
Yeah.
Also, in terms of diversity, it's well.
Actually, yeah, absolutely. That buffed it up actually for me. That's yeah.
But yeah, Raul, trans character, voiced by a trans voice actor.
Yep.
So
We love to see it. We
love to
want
see
more.
it. Next up is queer comfort.
For queer comfort, I give it a
I give it an 8.7. What'd you give it?
I give it a 9.8.
Damn, you made it higher.
I feel like anyone can watch this film and get something really incredible from it. Any age, any gender, any race, you're gonna get something out of this film that I think is a very, I don't want to say, I mean, I can't, I'll say it. It's a very special kind of magic. I don't know that it's the Christmas stuff. I don't know if it's the Halloween stuff. I don't know if it's the merging of the two. And I keep saying Christmas, but really it's just winter. Regardless, I feel like everyone really should watch this. I think that this speaks to a lot of different experiences in a very unique and important way.
And nothing's more comforting than at the end where the prison industrial complex system gets arrested.
Yeah. It's about actual justice. And that's, I don't know.
And that's why this is fiction.
Damn. Ain't no way.
All right, next up we got originality.
And next up, originality. We give it a...
I give it a 9.0.
I give it a 9 point... What the fuck? 9.4. I give it a 9.4. And I'll be honest, I am a little biased here. The only time I've seen anything of this nature done before, you know, really is just Nightmare Before Christmas, and even that has a lot of differences there. So this is just in a very unique space.
I would have thought Paranorman, because zombies do rise up in that one.
But it's not Halloween. Is it Halloween?
It is Halloween,
But is it
Paranorman.
Christmas as well?
No.
Then there you go.
It is very original though. Not every day you get to see zombies and a message about prison systems in one. I mean, that's pretty original.
Four kids in a way that doesn't seem ham-fisted.
With Key and Peele voice.
Yeah, it's like funny and sad and uplifting and, you know, all sorts of things. Kat specifically deals with a lot of personal issues in a very realistic way, and it shows how a kid without parents might struggle in real life. And I think that's an important thing to showcase, because especially with the prison industrial complex, I feel like I'm getting a little too deep into this, but I'll just say, for the sake of saying so,
say it.
Kat is black. Kat is a little black girl who
I didn't know that
is put in a situation where she does not have the support of her parents or community, really, because she's taken out of the place that she's
I was
from.
watching that whole movie.
And she's forced to grow up.
Black.
I know. She's forced to grow up.
You make it sound like such a...
She's forced to grow up effectively by herself on her own with this shaky network of people who she doesn't really know all that well, and never got the chance to really like find a place for herself. Also being like, you know, parentless and not having a home to know, like, to grow up in, and all these things. And where do kids like that who look like that normally end up? And that's a real conversation. There's a real conversation that I feel like doesn't get talked about effectively at all. People want their easy, nice, easy to eat.
And the fact that the priest was willing to give up the school too for all that money.
Yep. You don't see it enough. And that's why people, real demons, are able to sneak around in the shadows and pull off shit that they're not supposed to. It needs to be more of a conscious awareness thing. And that's why this movie, and that's why this score is so high.
All right, next up is writing.
So for writing, we give it
I have a 9.1.
I give it just a flat 9. I think I keep saying it because I genuinely believe it. I think this movie is a classic. I don't necessarily watch a lot of movies multiple times. I don't watch a lot of shows multiple times. That's just not my thing. But I have watched this film multiple times, and I share it as much as I possibly can because the message, I think, is incredibly important. So It's just the writing in here is something that I think can work. The same way I know people who will watch Coraline every year at this time of the year, or will watch Nightmare Before Christmas every time of the year. I think this can be something just as magical, just as incredible, and just as memorable.
But yeah, no, the writing's amazing. Comedic wise, because also, you know, Key and Peele most likely were involved into the writing heavily. So yeah, and I also agree. It's also one that goes up to the top 3 classics up there to rewatch stop motion classics.
Yeah, I feel like stop motion is so hard to do because you have to make figures for everything. Then you got to make facial features for all those figures. You have to stay on model.
But that's what makes
the whole
it special.
time. Yeah, and it makes it like so painstaking and beautiful to see something like this come out so well. And it's only added to by those other sequences where they shift the animation to a different style. It's such a wonderful film. Last up, overall feelings.
Overall, I give it a 9.
I give it a 9.9. I went back on my gang shit.
It's definitely become one of those stop motion classics that a lot of people can watch, you know, multiple times. Also, it gives props for it, especially because Key and Peele got involved with it. You know, a lot about the allegory messages about like real shit, like, you know, industrial systems, and how they're always like the system always tries to like go against like, you know, the youth and all those kids, and a lot of like the shady shit that goes down, especially like, you know, like the mystery of like why the town is the way it is. You know, it's like tragic.
Yeah, we live in the age of information, so you know, I'm not a kid anymore, but I like to think that the kids are gonna be all right.
Now for the total for the QPR rating. Jam, hit us with that gay shit.
All right, so for Wendell and Wild, they got an 88.7, giving it a gay minus.
Let's go. Nice.
Quality.
Nice. Like I said, stop motion is like art form in itself, and out of all the animation, when I see stop motion work, I think of it as like, I see, not saying like every animation has its own passion, but I feel like stop motion has true passion into it because the amount of effort to like record like, I don't know, 30 seconds per week is insane, and true dedication, which I adore a lot.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so I've got 3 recommendations for you. Vox Machina is number 1, I guess. Number 2, I would like to say Yellow Jackets. It was given to me as a recommendation by a plant mom that I care for very much, who is hopefully going to, you know, send me more pictures of her beautiful birds. And then 3, I would also suggest the third one that you guys told me that I definitely didn't forget. What We Do in the Shadows, if that wasn't also already suggested. What We Do in the Shadows is a phenomenal Halloween time. So definitely check it out.
And remember, thanks for all for watching and supporting us. Remember, we have links down below for Trevor Project and our social media if you want to follow us and, you know, get updates on what other stuff you want to review, or if you want us to recommend some other stuff to review.
Well, I have a genuine question. How do you guys feel about the fact that we are recording this in late September, mid September? Okay. How do you guys feel about there being eggnog in the grocery store? Like, I personally think that's fucking nuts. Thoughts in the comments. I need to know. I need to know if I'm crazy.
Cut off.